just about right now. What do I need to do right now to move myself forward in whatever direction I think is the right one? And then again, just staying open to the fact that tomorrow I might think differently about what direction I want to get. This literally just happened yesterday. So like I said, the work that I do is what I do. I'm still doing stunts. I'm doing the keynote speaking, the workshops, the work with the various organizations of different types of people. And I listened to a podcast. It was Sam Harris's podcast, and he had a guy named Rutger. I can't remember his last name, but he wrote a book called Moral Ambition. And he has an organization, Moral Ambition School, I think it is, where they offer some fellowships for if you apply, then you become part of these organizations to hopefully move the needle on some issues that sometimes it's hard to move the needle on. For example, different food preparation things, tax stuff, I think was one of them. I can't remember what the other one was, but it just looked really interesting. And when I was listening to the guy talk, a lot of what he said made sense. And then when I looked at the website, that looked interesting. So I said, you know what? Why don't I apply for the fellowship? If I get the fellowship, then that will completely change my life. I will then be working a full-time job for these 6 months, and then I'm going to be running an organization trying to move. Like, it will completely change everything. And I'm open to that. I don't know, what's going to happen. I'm not going to turn down the possibility. It seemed interesting. So I went ahead and expressed interest, and whatever happens next, happens next. It's a very competitive fellowship. I'm not expecting to get it, but if I did, I think it'd be kind of cool. And I'm open to changing that direction. So today, right now, I have an idea of what I want to do and where I want to go and the things that I can do in this moment that can help me, that can be productive. But tomorrow I might get a call from these guys saying, hey, you know what? You're a pretty good prospect. We want to pursue this further. And then my focus might shift. So, and that's okay, because that's all part of my path. I just took a new step. I took a step and reality manifested. And this is where I'm sitting right now. And as I take the next step, reality will manifest there too. All of the possibilities and probabilities and all that stuff is still in the future, but now is what it is. And it is what it is in every moment. Every step we take, it manifests. So we are always on the path. Yes.
Lovely. What a great way to live. I mean, that way you described that's just a beautiful state of mind to be in, I think, because it means that you're receiving the gifts of whatever is coming towards you without getting into a kind of a stress about it. Because I think, you work with people around stress, among other things, don't you? And one of the things I think that causes us stress is this whole question of, am I on the right path, or have I fallen off the path? Do you find that with your clients?
Well, stress comes from a couple things. This comes from what's called the transactional model of stress. It's been around for a long time. But it's essentially when we're in a situation or when we're thinking about whatever life, we ask ourselves two questions. One, these are primary appraisals, what they call it. Is there a threat? Is there, or as I've kind of expanded it, is something important at stake? Does something really matter in this moment? Because if it does, then we move to a secondary appraisal and we ask the question, all right, well, do we have the resources necessary to deal with this high stakes situation, this important moment? And if the answer is no, that's when we get stress. So when we find ourselves in high stakes moments,